How's it going, guys? It's your boy Moon back with another weekly football picks. We are now more than halfway into the season, meaning it is. All right, 3, 2, 1. How's it going, guys? It's your boy Moon back with another weekly football picks. We are now more than halfway into the NFL season, meaning it's make or break time for all these teams. Which team is going to come up big? What are the spots going to look like come playoff time? Without further ado, let's get started. So now, let's go take a look at our Week 8 picks and then our record. Alright guys, so taking a look at Week 8, we have a lot of incorrects and then very few corrects. Let's try that again. Alright guys, so taking a look at Week 8, we have a little bit of correct but a lot of incorrect. So hopefully this week we'll be able to turn it around. So now let's go take a quick look at our record. Alright, so it looks like we're rocking a 66 and 48 record. So not bad. We're 18 games above 500 in terms of picks. Let's get started on to Week 9 of the season. Alright, so kicking off Week 9, guys, we've got the Jets and the Dolphins. At the Jets starting out 1-5, but winning 2 straight. They look like a team that could win maybe 10, 11 games if they can catch some fire and find a way to win some games. So I think the Jets will be able to win this game pretty easily. Moving on, we've got the Eagles and the Giants. This is going to be another tough game, another game of the week type game, with Carson Wentz coming off that performance that he had to losing to the Dallas Cowboys in overtime against Eli Manning and the Giants. This game being in the Meadowlands, knowing Eli, but I think that the Eagles will be able to win this game. It's going to be a very close one. I'm thinking a 23-20 type game, but I think the rookie will be able to come out on top. Alright, looking at the Jags and the Chiefs, with Blake Bortles playing as bad as he has, fantasy-wise and stat-wise, being one of the worst quarterbacks in the league right now, against Nick Foles and the Chiefs. I said Nick Foles because Alex Smith is not playing after taking 2 headshots. The Chiefs will be able to win this game pretty easily. Moving on, we've got the Lions and the Vikings. The Lions losing a game last week against the Vikings losing to the Bears. Jay Cutler and the Bears.
Goal. Cutler throws and it throws it out of his hand. Is it a fumble?
No,
if it
incomplete.
is, you're going to call it incomplete. Tim Dobbins of the Chargers picked it up and ran it out of bounds.
Just like, think about that. The Vikings lose to one of the worst teams all time, the Bears. I'm not dogging on the Bears, I'm just stating facts. But nonetheless, this is a game for the Vikings to come back, be 6-2, take over the NFC. Speaking of taking over the NFC, the Dallas Cowboys are doing just that. Beating up on the Browns would just make my day, especially if Terrence Williams got involved in fantasy. So I'm picking the Cowboys to easily win that. Alright, moving on, we've got the Steelers and the Ravens. So considering if Ben plays, which is more than likely, he's been practicing all week, the reports are saying that he's going to play. I think that it's going to be a tough match, with the Steelers always finding ways to lose against the Ravens. But nonetheless, I think Ben will be able to get it done, light up the scoreboard as he's used to doing. Moving on, we've got the 3-4 Saints against the 49ers. The Saints coming out with a surprising win over the Seahawks. Of all teams, the Seahawks had to lose to the Saints. Not just saying how bad the Saints defense is, but how they're practically getting carried by Drew Brees against the 49ers. Can't believe I'm saying this. It's the Saints game to lose. I just hope Drew Brees does not have a ball out day, because in terms of fantasy, if he has a ball out day, I'm screwed. But moving on, we've got the Panthers against the Rams. The Rams always finding ways to beat the Panthers. No sense why they won't. Todd Gurley probably still in his sophomore slump. This year he's been a really bad addition to my fantasy team, but he's going to find a way to get it done. Alright, moving on, we've got the Titans and the Chargers. The Titans surprisingly at 4-4, coming off a beatdown against Jacksonville, against San Diego, coming off a loss against Denver. This is going to be an easy game for Phillip Rivers to get his footing under him. I see the Chargers winning that game. Now the Colts and the Packers. So now the Colts with Andrew Luck and Adam Vinatieri practically carrying this team against the Packers. This is an easy win at Lambeau Field. I don't see them losing. The Broncos and the Raiders. This has been the first time the Raiders have been relevant in over a decade, which is hard for me to say, but I find this game coming down to a field goal, with the Broncos being underdog. Alright, moving on to the final game of the week. We've got the Bills and the Seahawks. Looking like it's going to be a tough game for Russell Wilson to bounce back after losing to the Saints and that defense. Hard for me to say, but I guess that's how it happens in the NFL. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know about your comments down below. Like, subscribe if you're new and all that good stuff, and I'll see you guys later. Peace. Got the two worst teams in football. We've got the Jets and the Browns. So the Jets at 2-5 versus the 0-16 Browns. Oh,
Bruh.
Alright guys, moving on. We got the Jets at 2-5 versus the Browns at 0-7. Alright, I got that one right. So